Shorey, there was a big build-up to this game for the Bombers. What did you make of the early exchanges?
Well, Simon, as you can see, the roses are blooming in the background, and they certainly bloomed at the MCG today, didn't they? The great signs in the first, I thought the scene was well set and the writing was on the wall for Essendon and for Melbourne in the first 15 minutes when Essendon had 80% of territory inside their forward 50. And this is what we discussed during the week. If there was one area you had to focus on was the pressure in the forward line and keeping the ball in there. I thought they were outstanding, and as I said, the writing was on the wall. And what that did was allow an undersized defence to actually set up and organise themselves behind the ball. It made a huge difference, and they made the play, meaning Essendon made the play and set it up very well from there, and I thought that was really significant.
It's one thing to sustain that for a half, but for a full game is another question. What did you make of that third quarter when it became a real arm wrestle? Sustaining that over 4 quarters is still an issue, of course, because we've got to look at the practicalities of an underdone team. They're the facts. You get the general manager, the CEO of the AFL saying he wants entertaining, delightful, open football. That third quarter was magnificent. 1 goal, 3 each. And it was pulsating. Melbourne gave it the best shot, but what Essendon were able to do was control the tempo and control the game. That was an enthralling quarter of football and highly entertaining from my perspective. You talked up the battle between Darcy Parish and Clayton Oliver in the build-up. What did you make of the outcome this weekend? Well,
it was a good day for Essendon all round, wasn't it? Both players were going to play 200 games for their clubs, and I think that's all we have to say. And 21 possessions, I think, to 14 or 15. It's not all about possessions. I reckon Parish shaded him, won that duel because of 8 tackles and a critical goal from the young bloke. So they'll both live to fight another day, I can assure you. Joe Daniher was playing his 50th game. How did you assess his performance? It was a superb game of football. And on a day like this, we don't want to be critical. I've got a lot of feedback on Twitter about he's arrived. I think he arrives the day he kicks like a Lockett or a Lloyd or a Lucas and just nails those shots. He knows that. But I tell you what I loved about his game. Now, Hogan is a young developing player. If the ball didn't come to him or he dropped a mark or he didn't kick a goal, his body language was one of frustration. To Joe Daniher's credit, he missed that goal. He got straight back up. He didn't appear to be outwardly frustrated, and he went and won the next contest. And he didn't sulk on those critical misses. And they were critical misses. We all know that because we're at the game. But he was magnificent in the way he got on with the game and he presented. Loved the way he played deep, loved the way he played up the ground. So many solid contributors for Essendon. David Zaharakis again, winning plenty of the ball. But what did you make? Who were the other standouts for you? Well, you name a player on that side, you very rarely see this, and it was a superb team performance. Day on Watts, Waller on a half-back flank. Bagley had his work cut out early with Garlett, but I can't remember seeing Garlett after that. So if you look at the 22, it's 22 now, isn't it? Yeah, I keep losing track of these rotations. If you look at that, every player played their role and made a great contribution, even the lesser lights. And may I say, while the focus is on, obviously, Daniher and Zaharakis, the role of Kelly in organising the zone across halfback, Crowley's game, Goddard's game as captain was superb, and I loved the way he played getting forward. And that's our article on Wednesday. What can we see from Goddard as a captain? And finally, well done. He's had his critics. He may have wonky knees, but Adam Cooney played his best game for the club. I thought he was instrumental when the pressure was on. We spoke about the changes ahead of the game. How did you think that worked? Well, it was a great day for the Essendon Football Club selectors. Hats off to them. We discussed his role. You highlighted that on the website. Forward pressure. It was so significant today. I thought Fantasia
was able to give some really important pace through the midfield. And of course Hartley, not only did he have to play a role on the likes of Hogan, but he also gave Ambrose the chance to move away from fullback, go into the ruck and move around the ground, go into the forward line, apply some pressure. So all in all, the selectors have had a terrific day.
Finally, Shorey, you're a passionate Essendon man. What was it like for you to sit back and watch that win?
It was fantastic. I just think it was a great club win. It's what the club needed. It's what the board and the executive hoped for and what they've worked for. It's what the coaches trained for, what's the supporters. Started Federation Square at 12 o'clock. A massive turnout. Well done to the organisers. I don't know them personally, I know a few of them. But that was a great day. And if ever the club had a great win, and certainly reflected on the scoreboard, this was one of our special wins.
Hopefully all the Essendon fans enjoyed it. Shorey, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to your article on Brendan Goddard on Wednesday.
There's a fair chance they might have enjoyed it.